So welcome to my video blog. This is going to be the first post of many, and the purpose of this blog is to talk about geomatics and how it relates to other industries. Now, I'm a geomatics professional. I'm a geomatics engineer, and when I go around networking events or just talking to people on the street and they ask me, what do I do? What do you do? And I say I'm a geomatics engineer. They give me a quizzical look and they're like, geomatics. I've been in the industry for a few years, and just listening to people explain what geomatics is always leaves the receiving party kind of in a quizzical kind of state. They don't really know what it really is. They can kind of see why it's important, but they don't quite understand it. So the purpose of my first post is to explain to people what geomatics is and why it's important. Now, geomatics is all about locations. It answers the question where. Now, where is always very important, has always been important. Even if I was a caveman 4,000 years ago, I would be asking the question, where is the best place to set up camp? Where is the best place to find fish? I got to survive. Where is the best place for food? Even the Chinese people, when they were building the Great Wall, had to ask where. Where is this wall going, and where is it going to end? It's a big wall. So, where has been very important. Even in modern times, we don't have to go fish. We have to find out where the supermarket is. Where is the closest supermarket? You can dig down a bit deeper. Where is the closest organic supermarkets? So, even in our consumer habits, where is very, very prevalent. Let's look at a pair of shoes. You buy a pair of shoes. What is the point of the shoes? You buy the shoes to go travel from point A to point B. Right? You're going somewhere with those shoes. You put on a jacket. You don't put on a jacket just to sit someplace. You might if you're cold, but if you're going somewhere and it's cold, you're going to put on a warm jacket. You're going from someplace warm to someplace cold. You're going somewhere. Even a car, you get into your car, you drive from point A to point B, you're going somewhere. Even a home buyer has to ask, where is the best place to buy my home based on all these constraints? Where has always been a timeless question. We have lived by the question where. Now, geomatics deals with the question where. It answers the question where. Here's an example of geomatics at work. I was up and about one day, walking around, and I come across a cool art store in an out-of-place location. I go inside, and I find this piece of art. Thought it was pretty cool, so I bought it. Put it up. A couple days later, a friend comes by and says, hey, new artwork? And I was like, yeah. Where did you get the artwork? So in this question, where, we have to go through a geomatics process to answer it. Now, I'm going to define geomatics according to Wikipedia, and it's a great definition, but it says geomatics is the discipline of gathering, storing, processing, and delivering spatial information. Now, spatial information is basically describing anything by their location. So that art store in the middle of nowhere has spatial information. It has a location geographically. There is other information about why it's there, why I thought it was important to store it in my head, and then in answering my friend's question, where, I had to process it, spatially process and say, I'm here at home. The store was over here. That's where you have to go. And then to deliver that information, well, through a napkin map. So in answering the question where, I had to gather the information first by actually going to the store. I had to store that information in my head because it was unique. And then I processed it when my friend asked where. Well, where is it in relation to where I am and where the store is? And then I had to deliver the information through maps or directions. So in answering the question where, you have to go through a geomatics process. So this example, very simple, it's very common. Just illustrated to you that geomatics is actually very, very familiar to everybody. Everybody can use geomatics. They have used geomatics. In trying to figure out the distance between 2 points, the shortest distance, what's the quickest route to mom's house without going through all the traffic? That's a geomatics question that you can solve using geomatics processes. Now, most people don't realize that. Again, it's geomatics answering the question where, and that's why it's important. And it shouldn't be as unfamiliar as it is now because we don't know how to portray it properly. So the point I'm trying to get at is that geomatics shouldn't be frightening to anybody. Every human being has a sense of what geomatics can do for them. Now we as professionals, we need to be able to communicate that to them, help them see that whatever we're trying to sell them or help them do is to answer their question of where. So next time somebody asks you that, start with that. Geomatics answers the question where and see what happens. See what kind of conversation comes up with that. So my next video post, it's going to be called Geomatics, the science of where, and I'll talk about some of the technologies that are involved in it.